Howdy fellow YouTubers, my name is Brett. I'm coming to you from Highland, California. This here is my 1999 Toyota 4Runner 4x4. The plan is to take the Trans-American Trail from Oregon all the way to the East Coast. Now let's see what I need to do. The Trans-American Trail from Oregon, from what I can tell, all the way to North Carolina, my home state. So, with no initial planning, this being more, I am open to all suggestions, tips, tricks, anything that you guys may have that could help. Any advice on the truck as far as upgrades for the 4Runner, upgrades or updates, improvements that can be made. As it sits, 1999 Toyota 4Runner 4x4 multi-mode 4-wheel drive with diff lock, 430 gear ratio. Currently sitting on a worn out stock suspension. Tires are 265, 75, 16 BF Goodrich all-terrain, KO2, worn out. I currently have a slightly used set with 3,500 miles on them, same size KO2s in the garage. Those will be going on the truck in the next week or so, along with an alignment. If I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on tires, lifts. Do you think the tire that I'm running is aggressive enough for the TAT trail? Do you think it's big enough? Do you think I need a lift, or should I just rejuvenate the original suspension, just put new components on it and go with that? As far as camping, of course there's plenty of options out there. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Rooftop tent options, soft top, the hard shells, the little mini campers that the mini campers that I see people pulling behind their rigs on the off-road trails. More than likely, I'm really leaning more towards rooftop tent. I am doing this on a budget, so I would really love to get you guys' opinion. I'd love to hear what kind of tents, rooftop tents y'all are running. Also, if you're doing a setup on the inside of your rig, like if you build a custom interior to be able to overland inside, like to hear about that too. Any advice that you guys give at this point? I have off-road driving experience, been doing it ever since I was a kid. My first vehicle was a 94 Jeep Wrangler stick shift. It's what I learned to drive in. That's what I took off-roading for years. Had a few other vehicles, 4x4s, throughout my life. But as far as overlanding, this is a whole new thing for me. So, and this being, I may end up doing a few small overland trips between now and the initial trip to the Trans-American Trail. I would actually like to do that, eventually get out, get some actual footage of the truck going through the mountains. As you can see in the background, I have plenty of mountains around me. I I have plenty of trails that I can go through. and get you guys some good footage of what the truck is capable of doing the way it sits. Uh, I've been pretty impressed so far what I've been able to do with the 4Runner with the way it sits. Like to hear what you guys think about rock sliders, uh, take off or leave the running boards. Like I said, anything that you guys can think of that would help me further my trip. Uh, what do you think about getting maps and roll charts in order to navigate the trails, or using GPS? Is GPS even an option out there in certain parts where I know that there's no signal for at least cellular and Wi-Fi? If you guys know how to run mobile Wi-Fi out there in the mountains, I'd love to hear about that. That would be great. But yeah, what is y'all's best opinion? What are y'all's opinions on navigating? Uh, what is your experience with it? I would love to hear from guys that have done the Trans-American Trail, even if they've only done partial. I have read up and I see that there are multiple sections of the TAT Trail. Some people only do parts of it. I, however, would like to make the full cross-country trip, and that is my goal. So, I want to know everybody's opinions, thoughts on how you guys would traverse from Oregon all the way to North Carolina, mostly in an off-road setting, and how you would set up your rigs. What do you suggest I do with my rig? How far should I go with the modifications? Should I modify it? What do I need to carry? Extra fuel tanks, water tanks, what kind of supplies, how much supplies, how much food should I carry, how much water should I carry, just anything. Let me know what you guys think about lifts on the 4Runners, or even if you drive something completely different, if you drive Jeep or truck or something, I'd like to know, especially if you've done overlanding and done extensive overlanding, that's been, a few hundred to 1,000 miles or however long. I'd love to hear about your experience and what you guys were running. I think that's all I have at this point. All ears, ready to see what you guys suggest. Not ready to get going on this thing. I want to know what kind of updates I need to do to the 4Runner. I know one I would like to do is to put a new radiator in it and add a transmission cooler, because I don't want to end up with the strawberry milkshake issue. So far so good, but don't even want that to be an option. The timing belt and water pump, all that's been done. New starter, alternator, power steering, all new seals and bearings in the rear axle. That's what I've done to it so far. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you suggest I do with the truck, and what I need to do myself to prepare for such an extensive trip as this. Alright, thanks, and I will see you guys next time.